Welcome back, people. Very nice and sunny end to the week, or at least that's the way it's looking. I was kind of hoping that the tourist boat would already be leaving, because we know that sometimes they're more than happy to give us a little bit of a wave as they head off. However, this time they headed off really quick. Look, that boat is zooming away. I think somebody gave them the heads up that if they didn't leave fast, they're going to be on my video. And that, folks, is why they are zooming it. Look. They are. I didn't even know it could go that fast. It's supposed to be a cruise, not a speedboat race. But that was everyone that was already queued up at the pier. Now, I'm still very surprised, guys, that after all of these weeks, we haven't come across a single one of our friends with a little ball and cup ripping off the tourists. Yeah. Maybe the bridge has been permanently cleaned up and we're never going to have to deal with scumbags again. Or maybe not. I mean, it's not quite the summer yet, so I might be speaking a little bit too early. I'm just being careful of the cycle lane, folks, as I go across. What's that? Oh, somebody just plonked a small clock there, look. It's 11:30. What perfect timing to cross over the road and see how the drilling for oil is going. I think this platform is a new feature. Now, annoyingly, people, it's very, very likely that you'll be seeing this video after the bad news video. What's the bad news video? Well, bad news video is the video about foot relief not returning to the yard, which will probably, in all likelihood, make it to publication before this video. No guarantees, but I'll try and keep it in the right order, otherwise it'll be a bit strange. Now, part of the reason, photo shoot here, part of the reason why that has a silver lining is as follows. It's annoying for us, it's annoying for a lot of tourists and certain groups who like to harass the guard. It's also annoying for that break in give or take 350 years of consistent lifeguard service in much the same fashion, mounted and on foot. Yeah, 350 years worth, guys, since 1 second. Since Charles flipping, oh, that was a bit quick. Since Charles II, I was about to say. You need to get your brake service, my man. That's super loud, no? Oh my goodness me, wow, that made everyone jump. Luckily enough, he's got good brakes, but wow, they need an oil. Anyway, so that is the bad news, folks. Nobody's going to say it's good news. However, there is, get ready for it, actually a silver lining. You wouldn't believe there is a silver lining, but there is a silver lining. What's the silver lining? Well, the silver lining is the troopers themselves. What do I mean by that? Well, not one single trooper that I've spoken to, folks, is unhappy about the removal of the gatesman and the chitsman. Yeah, I have to be honest, quite the opposite in all frankness. Now, it's not even about the harassment or about the number of stupid people that have manifested their immaturity in certain videos. It's primarily and overwhelmingly about the fact that, certainly in the case of the chitsman, which is not the favourite positions you can probably imagine, folks, standing relatively still for 2 hours, especially in winter, is not a pleasant experience. Now, there's an argument there, I don't know what that's about. Let's leave them to it. Yeah, so, the troopers themselves are not terribly disappointed. And to be honest, as it's their, or was their job, fair's fair, no? I mean, much as we're going to miss it, if they don't, I guess it's all good. Just my perspective. But there we are. Now, unless, of course, London District are tricking everybody and making us all believe they're not coming back, that is a permanent decision. Yeah. Troopers are not expecting to return to those duties at all, folks. And that kind of does get hugely reinforced by the situation with the King's Troop having already been told that they will not be mounting a foot relief at all this year, despite having the means and the manpower to do so. Gosh, there's a new temporary structure. We'll try and avoid it. I don't know what's going on there. It's like the sort of little structure that you get in the TV show Dexter when he'd, like, you know, cut up bodies ready to feed them to the gators. Like a little butchering shop set up on the corner. That's not, folks, for naughty tourists. Okay, my least favourite traffic island in the whole world. Second only to to the Arc de Triomphe, to be honest. Now, what are we expecting this morning? Once we actually make it across the road and down this way, we are expecting two things: no gatesman and shitsman, and lifeguard mounted sentries. I mean, that is if the traffic ever actually stops, I can get across the road here. Oh, look, a bus full of people going to Hampstead Heath for freshwater swimming. Ah, I think the driver knows the channel, folks. This is why he decided to stop right here and get himself on camera. What a lovely guy. Yeah, that's very kind of him, isn't it? Very thoughtful, in fact. I mean, all he needs to do was ask me, and I would have gladly included him. Perhaps interviewed him. What's this? A little biking school going... Wait, if they were from a Nordic country, would they not be biking Vikings? Strictly speaking, they would. Wait, they've even got a police escort. They must be VIPs. Perhaps they're kids of Viking politicians. Now, I honestly have no clue, much as we would assume, because they arrived at 4, that the Blues would have left. Actually, what am I talking about? Of course the flipping lifeguards are not going to be there. Duh. Because the Blues will be leaving at 4, so it's going to be a Blues day. So lifeguards will be back at 4. Well, I mean, so we are led to believe, folks. And nothing's set in stone, but I very much doubt they'd bring over the Blues for the best part of a day and a half, only to send them back and bring the exhausted lifeguards back. So my money's on the Blues still being there, residue from yesterday, and the lifeguards being back at 4-ish, give or take, this afternoon. Something like that, anyway. Now, what can we expect in terms of numbers today? Well, I mean, it's 21 degrees. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Nice to be outside, in all honesty, folks. Annoyingly, damn, it would have been super fun to speak to them. Look, in the middle here are a bunch of ladies getting ready for a hen party. Look at this. We'll definitely be heading over here for pictures and so on in the phone box. No. Now, assuming that the guard change at the palace is not happening today, same as last Friday and the Friday before, then we should expect a lot of people. In other words, Fridays have kind of become the new Saturdays, at least recently. Is that a good thing? I mean, possibly. I guess there's only one way to find out, folks. Let's head down there and see. It certainly is lovely and warm, I tell you. So at Horse Guards, it's going to be super warm. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Somebody just backed straight into me. He wasn't even looking. Squashed me against the wall with his rucksack, like a massive heavy rucksack. Okay, I think that's National Bros Coffee Day back there we just passed. Maybe the hen party will turn up at Horse Guards. It's generally quite surprising, in fact, that we haven't had more hen or stag doos turning up. I think the main reason, of course, is because they tend to come out after dark. But, I mean, Horse Guards is a great location, though. Graduation pictures, hen party, stag party, etc., as we've seen many times. Now, the reason I dug out the line bike incident yesterday and posted it on every channel, simply because so many of you had asked for it, I thought, you know what, let's just get out of the way. So it's done, it's there. But wowee, folks, the second channel has reached a point that took nearly 4 months with the original channel. In other words, it happened super quickly. So good job, everybody. Genuinely surprised, in all honesty. Gosh. I think we're going to get lots of tour groups, historic buses, possibly a lot of traffic, annoying the horses, etc., etc. It's one of those days when the tour guys like to maximise their groups and indeed maximise their revenue. And to be honest, we can't really blame them. Better to do one massive group today and have the weekend off than 3 smaller groups today, tomorrow, Sunday. And obviously a lot depends on the weather, you know. On a day like today, everything here looks perfect. All of it. Even the imperfections look a lot better than they do otherwise in slightly overcast, unpleasant weather. The sunshine just makes everything look magnificent. Oh, who's this scoundrel? Oh. There's me. Go on, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, just a normal sort of procedure down here today for the first time.
But Blues will not have left, I'm sure. They should be leaving at 4 today.
No, they're 11 o'clock as normal.
Really? Wait,
yeah.
So they came over on Wednesday,
yeah,
which means they only had a day and a half and they already sent them back?
Yeah.
But you saw them leave?
Yeah, no, I've just been there, yeah.
Flipping, I was not expecting that. So the lifeguards are back
I wasn't there Wednesday until I saw the videos and, found out what was going on.
Wow.
So this morning when I was up the Mall, I checked with one of the coppers.
Yeah.
Like they were coming down 11 and we just seen it.
I bet the lifeguards are proper cheesed off about that, to be honest. I mean, they just came off, cleaned all their
I know,
kit.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They had one day off yesterday, that's it. And then they're back again for not only today, but a long 4-day weekend. Oh, wow. That is a surprise.
I was thinking whether they're going to do 4 o'clock again today, but no, they've just done it all.
That's a huge surprise. It's still exiting this way, along Whitehall.
No, it's all
back to normal.
Back to normal.
Oh.
As much as you can get.
Okay, this is good.
It was a long guard.
Okay.
And the viewers wanted to know, new Royal Standard in use.
Which was presented at Windsor, wasn't it,
That's
last
right.
week? Yeah. Finally. Wow. Gosh, that's interesting. So they've pretty much cleared their parade ground. To be honest, thinking about it, given the practice on the parade ground yesterday by, I think, the household division ready for trooping the colour, should have really had the penny drop yesterday that the parade ground has got to be back to normal. They must have removed all the furniture except the seating.
Well, I say that the seating's still there for trooping around the edge.
Yeah, I mean, like, sorry, the stage area.
The middle area.
All gone, yeah?
Well, that was cleared the other day, I think, when it was still blocked because I saw them have a Bowser walking it down.
Well, the bad news, I haven't published it yet. It'll be in the video that is published this afternoon, probably before this one. The foot relief is not returning.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that, yes.
Yeah, it's a permanent decision. They will not be back, which is really annoying because even the King's Troop were holding off telling them because a lot of people are asking, are we going to be mounting, sentries as well as foot relief? And they said, nope, only 2 of you in the boxes. So I started asking around, etc. A lot of troopers said, yeah, that's it, but it's done. Yeah. We're not coming back on foot. Damn it, that's annoying, though, no?
Well,
350
that's what
years.
I thought when it first happened, and then you gave the official reasons, but I thought, no, changing times.
It's a funny thing, they're not even willing to comment on it or confirm, abolition officially.
No,
they're just redirecting people to hate. Go to the London District website, which actually doesn't say anything about the removal of the gatesmen and the jitsmen.
Oh, well, the website, it's still got the numbers wrong. It still talks about 10 troopers each release, and there's only 6.
Peculiar, isn't it? They've got a golden opportunity with social media, with the attention, not only for retention of existing troopers, but also recruitment of lots more troopers. So I don't know why the army are not a little bit more on it in terms of using their invaluable resource, i.e. social media, and this ceremonial regiment. It is what it is, I guess. But I'm actually kind of happy that the lifeguards are back already. Oddly enough, in the past 2 weeks, I've noticed they've been really, 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 really fun, taking no bullshit from anyone at all.
Well, this is I was walking away just now. I'm practically here. I heard the bloke bellow from down
already. Yeah, okay, this is good. Do you remember if it's the same chaps that were on Wednesday, or have they got new faces at the front?
I don't recognise it now.
Okay, let's have a quick look. If they haven't changed them over, these guys are going to be proper cheesed off, having not had a proper break this week. So this will be interesting to see. Especially 1 or 2 in particular who are not taking any nonsense. But wow, it's busy, isn't there?
It is, yes.
What on earth? Was there a guard change at the palace this morning?
Yes, there was. Yeah.
So things are completely back to normal.
For the moment.
So I guess other than interruptions for trooping, that should be it, shouldn't it?
Next Monday, Wednesday, there's a rehearsal.
Okay.
So we have the big parade here in the morning, and they march us down the Mall. So
Wow.
These guys will be wrapped up next week.
Lot to look forward to then, I guess, in different ways, eh? But, I mean, it's a perfect day to be back. I mean, the fact they got the horses right out of the box is a good sign already. That's the kind of don't with me sort of posture, isn't it, I guess? As opposed to kind of...
One last thing before I leave you to it.
Yeah.
I just met somebody in there. They said they saw me last year. That's how long I've been coming here.
Oh, they really?
Yeah, American tourists, came up to me and said, "Oh, we spoke to you last year."
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, it means that you're recognisable.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, you and Colin are very recognisable in my videos and in a lot of other people's videos. I mean, you've probably been in at least 500 videos
I think I've seen
from various people over the past year or two now, I would think. Wow. Anyway, enjoy the sunshine. I'll see you soon, yeah? Okay, folks, brilliant heads up from Barry as usual. So, lifeguards are here. We've got no... No things out of the normal, in the sense that there was a guard change at the palace this morning, as you heard. I also wasn't expecting that. So it's really nice to find out that so many of the things I anticipated would be the case are in fact not the case. Different regiments of the regiment I was expecting. And the other thing is, if access has now been restored through the yard, etc., then everyone that normally floods here from the Mall will be doing so again this morning. Now, interesting enough, if you remember back to the day, I think it was Wednesday, actually, was it Wednesday or Monday? I forget now. It's been a long week. Monday, probably. When we had the two incredibly loud shouts. First, the guy that I assume is Belarusian, somebody said he's actually Armenian, I don't know. Doesn't really matter, I guess. And secondly, the Spanish students. The trooper who shouted super loudly at the Spanish students and didn't take any nonsense when they did their little Battle of Trafalgar reenactment here in the box was this fine-looking fellow. Now, his colleague is not the trooper that's at the other end. However, it shows that they've partially, or possibly partially swapped over the troopers that were here earlier this week. We'll know for sure in 15 minutes when they change over. Now, again, it's Friday, folks. It's packed. I'm not going to be pulling out the phone. So I'll be leaving the naming to all of you lovely people. Best part of this channel, guys, the community effort in decision making and horse naming. Plus, folks, the other thing, I think I did briefly mention this when I announced the new channel. If you see something that you think is particularly unique, interesting, or certainly something that I haven't either noticed myself or referred to during the video when I shot it, drop it in the comments on the main channel, and those little segments will be cut out onto the shorts channel. In other words, the short channel is fundamentally a community effort, guys, an archive of cute classic moments, your favourites, and other outtakes. I've always wondered actually why so many of the ladies like to have a picture taken in a burqa, because without being disrespectful, I guess unless it's you yourself looking at the image, how would anyone else, including possibly your own family, even recognise you in the picture? But hey, you know, it is what it is. I admire the discipline, that's for sure. This trooper has an admirer as well. There she is. But to be honest, he's like me if I didn't have sunglasses on right now, suffering torture from the super bright light. Yeah. She's enamoured. I mean, he's a good-looking young fellow, folks. We can hardly blame her. Oh, actually, wait, sunburn. Oh, lady behind me is saying, and they're beautiful. Not only the horses, but the guys are beautiful. Wow. I mean, that's a good thing, though. Okay, so this is number one. I will move for a few minutes, just because, wow, it's flipping packed. Morning. All right. 1 second. Let's see if we can get through the massive flipping crowd. Police looking pretty chipper this morning as well, actually. At the front gate, they're definitely in a good mood. So I'm thinking that all is well. There we are. Ta-da! Oh. Double V sign. Wait, is that a V sign? No. Or is that a reach for the skies? Reach for the stars. Who's up next, I wonder? Ta-da! This end's pretty active this morning, to be quite honest. The trooper that's at this end was also here at the beginning of the week. So they've possibly changed over a couple of the chaps, but they might well have changed over none of them, in fact. That said, 100%, if we see the same troopers coming out that we saw on Monday after the change, which is coming up shortly, then I am 90% certain that we'll have a complete set of new faces in the lifeguards here next week, because these chaps have been here now for, I'm trying to think, fortnight? Possibly even 3 weeks. Definitely time for a changeover. I mean, the Blues have brought over new faces. I mean, I'd be happy actually if we saw the same lifeguards pretty much consistently. However, obviously we won't do that because they need to change over. Health and safety as well as army regs, but they need some downtime. Point being, at least we know with the familiar faces we've seen in the past few days who we've got here, and the fact that they are absolutely unequivocally no nonsense. She's dicing on. Oh, oops. It's okay. She's dicing with the line. Doing gymnastics. Look at that. Quite flexible, actually. She's able to bend herself backwards and get over the line with her head. Rich entitled couple, as usual. Drew the attention of the officer at the gate. We don't like rich people here, unless they're royal. Brazilians, new money Brazilians, 100%. I forgot actually how to say get out of the box in Portuguese, folks. I only know how to say oi and obrigada. None of which are really appropriate. Damn it, they ran off quick actually, that couple. Would have been nice to talk to them. And say, how much of the Amazon rainforest did you have to destroy to create your generational wealth? A lot of it, probably. But it was actually a nice thing to see the trooper saying, hey, move back, as opposed to immediately screaming in their face. What a gent, eh? Too many of them are gents. Hold on. Look at this gent. Thing is, once there's a shout like that and everybody moves back, it takes some time and a flow of new people. Until people will go past the bollards again, look. More people actually posing with their hand on the bollards these days than on the reins, which, yeah, is a good thing. Edging in slowly in the background. Actually, this group have just turned up. It's one of our favourite groups from China, everybody. Chinese group are the best now every single time. He's actually talking to tourists and had jokes this morning, which is pretty cute to see, to be honest. It kind of feels actually like things are back to normal. The only thing that's not normal, obviously, is still the absence of the foot relief, but everything else, in terms of like the flow of people and stuff, I think we should also get tons of people arriving from the palace actually via the tunnel as well now it's been reopened. I will at some point, probably after the changeover, head into the yard and have a look at the back. If they've reopened it all and we're back to normal service, that's got to be a huge positive. That's actually a good picture, folks. I really should be doing still images. And each day when I get here, I come an hour earlier, have like a little gallery, let the tourists buy pictures of themselves, and then hand all the profits to the Household Cavalry Museum. Oh. Here's a little casual I mean, depending on his cap, possible West Coast swagger, I thought he was going to head straight in the box then. This guy's still got his prison tracksuit on. Possibly released from Wormwood Scrubs just an hour ago. What do you think about the horse guys? I've got no clue. Off the top of my head, possibly Tipper, possibly. It's a very small possibly. Just because of the forelock, that's the only reason I'm even suggesting it as a possible name for this horse. A lot of people actually out and about in the beautiful light this morning. These are happy answering questions as well, which is pretty unusual too. Okay, so first language group I've recognised, Italiano. Maybe the Germans are finished and all gone home again, just like they did in 1945. Gas Money, what's this? Gas Money Garage, this bro on the left. So yeah, I wonder where the rest of his heavy metal band are. Oh, here's one of the roadies. They're just being super careful not to get too close on this side. Meanwhile, gent on this side just got told, put his hand up though, and immediately said, "Yes, I'm sorry." Oh, wait, Princess Leia hair. Look at this. I absolutely love that. In fact, that's kind of Princess Leia Ukrainian style. Oh, okay, there goes the heavy metal bro. Who's next? So 2 people so far have been, actually 3 if you count the couple as 2 people. So 3 people have been told to shift their whatevers. In fact, this horse has got such a long neck, he can actually push anyone out of the box himself. Uh-oh. Wait, is it the usual orderly? Oh no, it's oh, hold on a second, folks. It's the other orderly, the one that is super on it. See, can you hear that? That's his that massive shout in the yard. It's his voice. And the Troy's to get behind the line. Now he's going to do his magic at the front here. Flip me up. He's got an amazing voice now. Get ready for it. Outstanding, eh, that man? Yep, he's got the voice for it, there's no doubt about that. No doubt at all about that, in all honesty. I'm not going to go in the yard, guys, for the dismount for 2 reasons. One, I do think we're going to end up with a lot of people coming to the front here, and I'd rather stay exactly where I am now. If I move, I'll lose this spot. 2, it's very likely that there'll be 2 parts, or this part plus an addendum today, because of the weather and the numbers. And 3, I just like the vibe that I'm getting with this horse. Look, he's just chilling, listening to the narration. And to be honest, guys, if the horse loves the channel, what can we say? Actually, you know what? He's already earned himself Horsey of the Day. And I can actually read his hoof number without taking a picture. He's looking directly at the camera. That is a perfect picture. Wait, I can ID the horse for you guys because I can see the number. 1 second. Hold on a flipping minute. Okay, now I'm genuinely embarrassed because I didn't recognise which horse it is. Wow. Let's just say possibly related to Q10. I didn't even recognise that it was Opera. Moreover, isn't Tipper a blues horse? Duh. Now you see why sometimes it's better, folks, if I concentrate on the filming and the narration, and you guys concentrate on IDing the horses. This glorious beauty, in fact, it's probably because I've been standing pretty much directly in front. When I stand to one side, like with Q10, you can see that kind of royal shape of the head. This is Opera. folks, back in the box. Completely chill today compared to how we've seen her. Bear in mind, this horse, this giant beautiful horse, is confirmed as a mare, and that's 100%. Gosh, what a surprise. Wait, hold on a second, I need to look again at the list because I don't recognise it. Yeah, it is, it's opera. And I'm going to take a picture of the hoof number, so I'm 1000% certain that it matches what I'm seeing with my own eyes. Hold on folks, hold on. God, now the plot thickens. On the one hand, looking at the hoof number directly leads me to believe it's opera. On the other hand, zooming in leads me to believe it's not. It's the other big O. Oh yes. Yeah. It's Overlord. Well. That explains it. Yeah, they've got very, and I mean by one number out, very similar hoof numbers. Yeah, very similar. Right, the two new horses. I think because the horse is so snoozy and chill, and not most of the time putting his head right up, didn't recognise how massive he is. Let's see when he walks out. It's a shame I'm not in the yard now for the dismount. Actually goes with this one. I bet now in the comments you're going to say, oh, it's not Overlord, it's opera. His concentration though, no, in the camera, crazy. Oh, got some dude just strolling along the front there, look at this. He's on his way to a rock concert. That's why. So goodness folks, gigantic, massive, statuesque Overlord. The trooper about to arrive in this box is another favourite, and he just shouted at someone in the yard to get behind the white line. Oh, Overlord, sorry I didn't recognise you. Here we go. It's quite the squish here actually folks this morning. Got a most amazing picture though of this beauty. So thank God I actually double checked with the hoof number. Horses look so different when you're directly in front, unless they've got a particularly noticeable blaze. Actually, wait, is this one opera? I'm seriously wondering. I have no clue, guys, which one this is. I'll leave it to you. I'm not going to embarrass myself for a second time in my own video. Okay, dismount. I actually met police horses behind us clopping along. Clippy clop clop. Trooper's going to need a cherry picker to get off Overlord. Flipping hell. Honestly, he's the same size as Brabazon, folks. So when the officer told us the other day about getting on a park bench to mount Brabazon, he honestly wasn't joking, as I think you could see in that little clip when we spoke with him in the yard. I still haven't found the Brutus videos, people. Anyone knows which videos Brutus is in, please post the title of the video in the comments and I will dig out Brutus for the Shorts channel. He's the other very unique horse, Brabazon and Brutus. Okay, so that's done. Now how many people are going to flood out? I don't know. Let's see. Now, they clearly haven't changed over the troopers. What I mean by that, I mean, yes, they've just changed them in the boxes, but they haven't changed the troopers that are here on duty for King's Lifeguard. It's the same guys that were here Monday, Tuesday, etc., etc. Which is very, very, very curious, to be honest. And the same is true at the other end as well. Yeah, this box and the other box. Right, so flipping zillion people flooding out the yard now, guys. Where they're going to come, I don't know. But we've got a good spot. So let's see. Gosh, that really is quite the deluge, is it not? I always try to keep the box in the frame just in case we get some other clown walking through it to avoid getting stuck in the crowd. Oh, Chelsea pensioners in the yard as well. Look at this. It's all going on this morning. What did he say to them? Get out of the effing way. Harley Davidson man. He said something to the couple in front. Oh wait, guy didn't get tickets to the rock concert, so he's back. Okay, so here's the trooper to adjust the kit. We've seen him before actually. He's been in some great pictures, this trooper, helping out his colleague on the horse. He's super, super duper on it, checking at the front. Which is just as well considering how many people are trying to squish themselves out. They've just stopped at the gate. Like, hello. just block everyone else in the yard. Curious phenomenon though. Normally you see a gate, you walk through it. Here you see a gate, you stand at the entrance to it. Very curious. Troopers eyeballing this gent's feet, and that's why. Get ready. There we go. Straight away. Move back behind the white line. So it's pretty obvious they're going to enforce it strictly this morning, just like his colleague did before. Folks, this guy's head isn't actually 5 times too big for his body. It's just the way he's appearing in the frame. Oh wow, colours on her dress, amazing. Who's up next? Someone or no one? I think that's actually Vinny, no? The guy in black. He runs a pizza parlor in Harlem. Oh, somebody's going to get whacked. That's what bro's waiting for here. Japanese girl not worrying at all about the lady that's already behind waiting for a picture. What a surprise. She's too busy chatting to the horse to care, I think. It's not as if there's, like 50 other people who are waiting for a picture. Flipping out, this guy's head is going to be in the video all morning, I think. I'm not even recognising it. No, guys, it definitely isn't 5 times too big for the body. It's only 2 times too big for the body. Everyone else is trying to edge themselves back, but they're going to get the... Oh. They're going to get the ladies who've ensconced themselves under the sign permanently in the background of their picture. Speaking of which, the entire foreground video is going to be composed of this guy's fat head, guys, I think. being super cautious this morning. You actually think, folks, that they'd electrocuted the box. People are standing right around it as though it's too hot to touch. What was she asking? Actually, wait, the tour group just arrived at Brazilian. How do I know that? They've got the Brazilian flag. Okay, hopefully we've got more new money about to turn up. Let's see. All the kids are shouting at the tourists that go over, smile. They're not in the same group, so that's a bit odd. But hey, better they make the tourists laugh than the invisible foot relief. Wow, I mean, that's how you overdress on a very warm day. Overcoat and everything else. What the flip? She must be boiling. Big time. Oh, actually, wait, these are the girls that were trying to make everybody smile. Smile. Damn, that's a bit of a flow the bro's got going on here. Very impressive. Haven't seen waves like that since I went to Hawaii for a holiday. I don't want to be in that flipping thing. Which flipping thing? Who's next? What did he say? I think he said, don't bind me to the horse, no?
I'm stuck.
He's getting told to move back. Okay, so I mean, super enforcement at this end, but then this trooper has made a bit of a name for himself as being a real enforcer of the rules. Fair's fair, I guess. It's a lovely pink shirt, actually. Yeah, just cut across the box in your pink shirt. So we're going to have another gate crusher in the frame, folks. Oh, jogging clubs here. One thing we haven't had, in fact, for the duration of this entire week, and would you believe there isn't one listed for this weekend either, is a protest. Yeah. Curious, no? That at the moment there's not a single thing listed as potentially happening at any point during the course of the day tomorrow here involving Whitehall. I'll relocate, guys, in a few minutes to the other end. Let's see. Another one that's kind of... You know what? Probably not. Ta-da! Oh, Miss Overdress is back. Oh, awkward when you sort of rush over your picture and someone else is doing the same thing at the same time. That's it. Hair lights action on the right.
luggage, as I came up against it regularly.
Oh, that moment when you realise that you landed in London and British Airways lost all your luggage, so you've got to wear the hotel pyjamas on your trip. Weird clapping and stuff going on. That's what the trooper was looking at. No idea what that is. Yeah, it's bad luck for her actually that they lost her luggage. Oh well. I mean, to be honest, that's my nightmare as well, folks. It's never happened remarkably in my whole life. I can imagine arriving somewhere and you just have nothing to wear. Oh, curly bro or pink top? Hard to know. Can't fit them both in. Okay, she's got a better smile. Bro on the left isn't even smiling. Look. It is actually very active here today, so I'm generally surprised, folks, that more people are not getting in trouble. In other words, it's working, the box that is. Flipping chaos is all over the place. Funniest thing of all, guys, that almost every spammer that films here now wears sunglasses, like thick, heavy set sunglasses, just like me. I guess they don't like getting caught on camera. Bro, what about the guy in the red t-shirt? Oh, now this guy's coming in, look, pushing him.
Oh, he's angry.
Okay, he's angry according to that tourist. After this guy, we're going to move to the other end, folks. Have a little look. Oh, here we go. Swicey's told her. She could hear the trooper saying something, but she stood there just like frozen. Super odd. Hold on, here's another one, look at this. I mean, it's pretty quiet and then boom, one after another. What a surprise. I hear the trooper called him sir. That's not the word I would have used. So we've got this girl on the right. Her daughter's been photographer for the last 30 minutes. Isn't it odd though how some people kind of feel they're able to just march over straight into the box? It's not even about there being a box, it's kind of like, well, why would you want to potentially scare the horse by just marching over to it? I don't get it, I really cannot understand why some people do that, and it's very, very rare that people do that, but why do they do it is my question, I wonder.
Oui, tu dois pas rentrer dans le cercle, dans le carré.
I will move, guys, as I said I would. It's really interesting people to stop turning up at this end. The trooper that's at the other end is also really, 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 really on it.
Attention au côté.
I mean, to be honest, if we think about it in a logical way, like putting emotion and tradition and continuity aside, the behaviour's improved here massively. Look at these four. Wow. Wait, is it Brabazon? Look at this. Wow. Beautiful. It's not Brabazon. I always get that one wrong. Wait, these two officers have got matching shades. That's pretty duty, no? Oh, I just said Buenos Dias as they passed. Nice thing to hear. Lovely even. Right, let's have a little look at this end. So as I mentioned, it's a trooper that we've seen before. See, obviously the ideal spot is in front of the sign. Ta-da! He's going to turn up at this end, folks, I wonder. Oh, that was the police hand. This is Titus, by the way, folks, the horse. Probably actually the easiest one to recognise after Pagan and the entire lifeguards. Wait for somebody to put in the comments John is actually not Titus. Glint, folks, onto the sword. Occasionally when the trooper moves it, it's like a lightsaber. And on the cuirass as well, look, on the trooper's right shoulder. Super, super bright and shiny. Oh, so where's the horse gone? Probably actually dazzling, to be honest, folks, in the trooper's eyes. Light from the cuirass. Oh, I feel sorry for the tourists that I'm not going to get a decent picture now. Titus is in the dark. And in the literal sense as well. Some tourists reading out the sign verbally behind me. Oh, nice little bow. You see that from the Japanese guy? It's pretty a bow. It's more a nodding of the head. Okay, definitely the best dress so far, I would say. Wow, impressive. It's looking as though this trooper is going to have a very easy shift. Looking that way, isn't it?
There you go. Could you move?
Actually, guys, I had no idea that Hulk Hogan was still with us. Good to see him out and about in London in the sunshine.
Get back in here, we'll get a photo.
Horseback. Oh, this is interesting. What are the Met doing here? So they got a ton of kit. Look at all this.
Why don't you check and make sure I got it?
They don't normally carry anywhere near that much kit. Curious. He's not the same voice as Hulk Hogan, to be fair, folks. I know he didn't really like him, but I mean, there was definitely a resemblance.
Ready, fight. Thank you.
Has anyone ever said your voice sounds really like Hulk Hogan?
Huh?
Your voice sounds like Hulk Hogan. Has anyone ever told you that
He's
before?
actually related to him.
You're joking?
Yeah.
No, are you actually being serious? It wouldn't have surprised me. You got a real
You know
deep
what, you know what full of shit means?
Yeah.
You're looking at it.
guys, seriously.
Are you from China? No, I'm just. Have a good day.
Hey, take it easy, guys, yeah? I did think he was being serious. He's got a good poker face. That guy. His phone was funny as well. Actually, damn, I should have asked him which state they're from. Well, the tourists are kind of queuing up like to go across the front, but then they see this line of cameras and they get all bashful and then they walk away. Yeah, that's the downside, folks, I guess, to the popularity of this place. And again, I'm as much to blame as the next person. What would I give, folks, for a time machine to be able to zip back 70 years and stand in this spot, or even, to be honest, 80? Imagine what a week was like after the Second World War finished 80 years ago. That would have been quite a thing to see, wouldn't it? How people interacted, but most importantly of all, guys, what they were wearing. Imagine how easy it would have been, to spot those that are well-to-do, those that are exceptionally well-to-do, those that are aristocratic, etc. Oh, wait, she's trying to ask the trooper a question. She was asking if she could touch the horse or pat the horse, and he said no. I mean, I'm thinking it might be a good idea if at some point in the future HCAB might put up a sign telling people that they actually can't touch the horse. Just an idea. I'm not sure that will ever happen here, but that might help the tourists with deciding whether or not they're allowed to touch. How many times I have to sort of hold my nose, folks, to avoid sneezing super loudly in these videos. Pretty busy actually. There's a lot of traffic behind as well. I'm trying to move a little bit further back so we get a little bit more in the frame, i.e. the lines. Wearing like raincoats, max and stuff, and dark colour caps in this weather. Oh. What the? Oh my goodness, man. I was just looking at the time on this video thinking we've got maybe another 20-30 minutes. What the hell? Folks, we're going to have a quick wander, because that way I won't need to do it in part 2. Quick wander out the back, just see if everything is pretty much back to normal. And then we will possibly, in fact probably actually, have a part 2. It's normally a little bit later than this that things get busy, Also, we've got a bunch of tourists that are just about to head themselves into the... they've put the chain up. So I guess this is why the police are not too worried about people going in, because the chain is up. On this side anyway, as you can see. On the other side, it's still open access. Oh wow, look at this. Feels like ages since we strolled through the tunnel into the sunshine. Personally, the thing I'm going to miss most, those relatively rare moments when the trooper would stand here and look over the parade ground. That really was the highlight of summer season, in all honesty, because most of the interactions were positive here. Very little ever went wrong. Sometimes in the tunnel, yes, but at the end here, hardly ever. Not to mention, of course, those of you asking about, my friend's channel or whatever, give you a clue. He was the only person here that day that filmed Trooper Ellis standing next to the young boy and cycling Mikey. When Trooper Ellis moved across closer to the boy, that footage, which has been widely stolen, reposted, whatever you want to call it, he filmed that. He was the only one here that day and got that. Probably, I guess, I'm trying to think of probably the defining video of horse guards in the last few years, I would say. But wow, it is looking pretty swish out here, isn't it? And to give you an idea of just how smooth the gravel is, look at that. It can also be used as a racetrack. Whoa, he's going super fast actually. Whoa. I didn't even know that those little mobility vehicles could go 150 kilometers an hour. That's really impressive. Oh, he's just passing Big Ben right now. Yeah, so a little bit melancholic, I guess, folks, knowing that we won't be seeing the trooper standing there anymore. Not only that, the march into the tunnel, the march out of the tunnel, all of that in addition to what we'd see with the gatesmen going to the front, idiots taking the mick out of the gatesmen, the chitsmen, etc., etc. Place has definitely lost something. I hate to tell you, not to be too pessimistic, but if the troopers are not too bothered about it, folks, then hey, oh look at this, married couple, I guess. If the troops are not too upset about it, then hey, I guess it is what it is at the end of the day, pretty much. But nice to have a little bit of a wander. And now there's a flipping massive number of people turning up here. Look at them all. Actually, this is probably, looking at the clock, possibly from the palace, but much, much, much more likely to be the first couple of giant tour groups or student groups, because I don't know how many people just turned up, like 100 in one go. In fact, actually, guys, the light, filming this side across the front of the box, the light is really good now. Horse is like, go to the other side. I don't like this side, it's not my favourite. Wow, that is a lot of people that just turned up, guys. You can't often see these massive numbers when I'm standing facing the box, but flipperoo, look at them. Not only that, it goes like really far back. This police officer that's coming along now in the high vis, I'm not sure if you can spot him beyond the crowd. It's probably, look, just in the close to the centre. Meanwhile, I wonder what they're building. Perhaps they're going to expand the guard shop, make it larger, add more products. It's suddenly got super jammed here, to be honest. This in front of me, and if we pan around a little bit, look at the crowd over that side. Like, what on earth? That is mad. But remarkably, folks, despite the massive number of people, they're still managing to avoid going into the box. They actually are, because they're all walking around it. Look, that's where there's a bit of a problem here with this squish. Look, one person just went into it and got immediately told to get out of it. It's a big Spanish group, Spanish school group by the looks of it. great light filming for this corner. Sort of slowly try and move around a teeny weeny bit. Definitely don't want to be directly in front there because it's nice to have the light behind me for obvious reasons. Wow, chaotic. What? This day last year would have been 50 people pouring and mauling the horse right now. So I guess that counts as progress. Sorry guys, we've got the corner of that bro's head in the video. Jeez. Look at it. Like, what the flip? Look at them all. Tons. So yes, I will shortly... Oh. Even the horses like, get out of the box. I have no idea whether that's some kind of national costume or just a natural disaster outfit that is. I'll leave you guys to decide. I'm pretty sure that's not a national costume. It's a little bit too artisanal. Another one in the box. Get ready. The authentic horse guards experience. Get behind the white line. A few more turned up. I'm like, what's going on here then? Can we get a picture or what? I thought she'd fallen asleep against the wall. It's just waiting.
Veo por la filmación porque no se ve nada.
Oh, that's thank you for coffee on me to that lady. Damn, they're queuing up nice, aren't they now? Look. The only thing I've seen this here is a cloakroom, in fact. £10 for somebody to store your coat. Oh, this guy looks like he could be from Mexico. Just a hunch. And quite possibly our last tourist. Penultimate tourist. They're all sort of waiting patiently actually, even over on the other side. Yep, he's our last one guys, but I will be back in just a few minutes for either the addendum, actually these two are the last two, either an addendum or a 4-part 2, we'll see. I'm going to start at the other end though because this end is pretty active and pretty hectic and the other end hasn't been given enough attention. I'm about to change that. Be right back.